Good morning. We'll start carbon and its compounds session 3. So in session 2 and session 1 in carbon and its compounds, we understood the versatile nature of carbon. We understood what are hydrocarbons and how are they broadly classified in terms of aliphatic hydrocarbons, closed open chain and closed chain hydrocarbons that comes under aromatic. We understood about alkene, alkene and alkyne such as single, double and triple bond, how to represent them as well as in straight structure as well as in electron dot structure. Then we understood about structural isomerism with respect to alkene. We move to the next part, that is functional group. Now in a hydrocarbon chain we have carbon to carbon linked with different hydrogen atoms, right? If one or more hydrogen atom is replaced by any other element, so what do we call for that? In a hydrocarbon chain, one or more hydrogen atom is replaced by other atoms in accordance with their valencies. These are called heteroatoms, right? What is the name given to these heteroatoms? Functional groups. These heteroatoms or group of atoms which make carbon compound reactive and decides its properties, they are called as functional group. Whatever you attach instead of hydrogen. Now for example, we have carbon-carbon double chain, carbon-carbon single bond with respect to H, right? So this is ethane, two carbon atoms what we have here. Here we replace either one hydrogen atom or two hydrogen atom. With respect to that, whatever we attach to it, like for example it can be a halogen group which are called as functional group is halogen. It is called as an alcohol group, functional group is alcohol, aldehyde group, ketone group, carboxylic group. So these are the different types of functional group, that is different types of elements. Either we replace one hydrogen and attach here, or we replace two hydrogen and attach. So whatever elements are attached, that particular element will decide whole property of this group of atoms. So let's understand more about functional group. So when we talk about functional group, we call the nomenclature or the name given to the functional group is with respect to their prefix or suffix. For example, the different functional groups here are halogen group, alcohol group, aldehyde group, ketone group and carboxylic acid group. When we talk about halogen group, in halogen we always name the compound with respect to its with respect to its function what we are giving. For example, if it is chlorine, chlorine is one additional what we are adding with in absence of hydrogen, or bromine we add, or iodine we add, or fluorine we add. How do we read this? Now children, if I just remove this Cl and replace H, this is a propane, right? 3 carbon atom attached with the hydrogen. If I have to read this, because it is attached with one functional group, that is a halogen group, it is read with respect to its prefix. Only halogen group is read by the prefix, rest all are read by suffix. How do we read this? This is propane. This is read as chloropropane. Instead of chlorine, if I add bromine, bromopropane. Instead of bromine, if I add iodine, iodopropane. Fluoropropane. Got it? So whatever you add, halogens, we discussed about halogens in periodic classification once, right? Chlorine, fluorine, those are called as halogen group. So in this particular part of the functional group, we actually read it with respect to the prefix first. So here only one example is being given with respect to propane. It could be butane, it could be pentane, that means chloropentane, bromopentane, anything. How do we represent this? In this order if I have represent. So with respect to the homologous series, we'll understand what is homologous series, where each hydrocarbon, where each part is replaced by a CH. How it is replaced we'll understand. See here, CH3, CH2, CH2, sorry, one more 2 will come, Cl. Just read CH3, first the carbon atom will come and then followed by hydrogen, then CH2, CH2, Cl. This is how we represent. Suppose if I ask you what is this, you should know this is a chloropropene. Next we go to alcohol group. Alcohol group is represented by OH. Now NaOH is sodium hydroxide with respect to the salt. But when we talk about here in hydrocarbon, OH represents the functional group. It does not. So NaOH means sodium is not a functional group here. Okay. Alcohol group is represented by OH. How do we write this? R stands for the respective hydrocarbon and OH stands for the functional group. Rest all are referred by its suffix. Functional group suffix ends with OL, alcohol. So it is OL. Again I have taken a propane example. So instead of hydrogen I will fix OH. So it is read as propanol, OL. That difference you have to understand. See here again, CH3, CH2, CH2, OH, right? We'll next move to aldehyde group. Aldehyde group is represented by a suffix called al, all I can say. This was all and this is al. So in an aldehyde group, so we represent by a hydrocarbon, then double bond with oxygen and hydrogen. That means you have a hydrogen there itself, but we have another double bond with oxygen. That is what we do it. So it is COH group we call for this here when we represent it in that manner. COH group, see OH is alcohol, COH is aldehyde. How do we read this here for aldehyde? Again propane example I have taken. I have taken a double bond with double bond can come here or come here, doesn't matter. How we read it now? CH3, CH. How do we read the last part? CHO. Got it? CHO or COH. Anything it can come as the same thing. So always again we have to see that here you have respective 1, 2, 3, 4. A carbon has to share with respect to 4 atoms there. That is one thing. How do we read this now? Propanol. So this was propanol and this aldehyde we read this as propanol. That is what you have to understand. Next we will go to ketone group. We will go to ketone group. Yeah, once again CH3, CH2, then CHO or COH. That doesn't matter. We will write this as COH only. Okay. Next, ketone group. Now ketone group suffix is ONE, on, one, what we say here. So because when you read that it is known only what we say, you will understand further. So ketone group is referred as a hydrocarbon, then we have a functional group attached here and again a hydrocarbon. That means it is the functional group attached between two hydrocarbons. Two hydrocarbons comes in between that a functional group is attached. Suffix we have understood, see here. So what we have written with respect to that, if I read, it's a propane only. Hydrocarbon attached hydrogen over here. I have a carbon atom, double bond with O. That means it is a functional group what I have attached. Again I have a respective hydrocarbon. So in between there is an attachment. So how do we read? CH3, CO, CH3. So this is something in between I have done the attachment. Propanol, ONE, butanol, pentanol. So ending with ONE. That is an example for a ketone group. Last, carboxylic group, or we call that as a carboxylic acid. It is referred as R with a carbon attached with a double bond oxygen and a single bond with the alcohol group. So double bond O and single bond OH referred as COOH. COOH is a carboxylic group. COH is a aldehyde group. So it is referred as OIC, OIC. So example of a propane only I have taken. See how we refer here, double bond and alcohol group. Double bond with oxygen and alcohol. Even the double bond I have used, make sure only 4 sharing is done. 1, 2, 3, 4. CH3, CH2, COOH, propanoic acid, acetic acid. Now what is acetic acid? Acetic acid is a vinegar. So if you remember the vinegar formula, what we had studied on acetic acid formula, what we studied in acid, basis and salt, just turn your pages back and see. We have it written it as COOH in the end. Please turn the pages. You will actually understand what is that COOH there. COOH stands for carboxylic acid. So very important part. This is just the basics what we have understood. So you have to first understand this basic to solve further more things anything asked on this. Now based on this functional group, how we represent these homologous series, that is each part is represented or each part is differed by a CH group. What is that CH group which is called as a homologous series? We will just understand that. With that we complete functional group and then we have chemical properties on this. Now, what is homologous series? Definition wise, if we have to understand, it is a series of compound in which some functional group substitutes for hydrogen in a carbon chain. That is, now see for example, CH3OH, C2H5OH, C3H7OH and C4H9OH. Now what does this mean? CH3OH is nothing but a methanol, right? Methanol. OL I have to write. This is C2 is there. Ethanol, methane, ethane, and this is propanol. And what would be this which I have not written? It would be butanol, written by OL. Now let us just see how did I arrive at this. CH3OH, correct? How did I get C2H5OH? Now see here children, C is 2. I can also write this as CH3, CH2OH. Instead, I can write this as C2H5OH. Very clear? Similarly, this could be written as CH3, CH2, CH2OH or C3H7OH. Similarly, for butanol also you can write. See the one difference here. Now here I have CH3, here I had one carbon atom with 3 hydrogen atoms. Forget about the functional group. Here I have one extra carbon atom and hydrogen atoms are increased by 2. Same here, I had here 2 carbon atoms is increased by 1. Hydrogen atoms 5 I had, hydrogen atoms are increased by 2. So if you see in each of the group from the arrangement or from the starting order, each group will have a difference of or CH2 group I can say or CH2 form. There will be a difference in each group. In homologous series, we always see that carbon and hydrogen, that is CH2, they differ by CH2, that is nothing but they differ by 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen as we proceed from one hydrocarbon to the another hydrocarbon of the same order in the sense alkanes only when we talk about. That is something called as a homologous series. Very important question which is asked sometimes. Properties, they have same general formula, yes. Same chemical properties but show gradual change in the physical properties. So this is what you have to know about homologous series and this is how we actually read it or write it in this manner. So with this we complete functional group and in the next session we will start with chemical properties of these carbon compounds.